Here's a story about the first Rebbe of Chabad that once, the Alter Rebbe, the first Rebbe of Chabad, that once he sent one of his Chassidim. I saw in the story the name of him, but I forgot the name. He sent one of his well-known Hasidim with a large sum of money to to go from Liazna, where the Rebbe was, and to go to another town, and to deliver this money. And the Rebbe gave him strict uh, directions and a strict warning that he should not go into a house that does not have a window on the east wall. That's lacking. If the house is lacking a window on the east wall, he shouldn't enter that house. Strange orders, but on the other hand, it's not that difficult to do a thing like that. So he traveled. Took on got in his wagon, and he traveled. And suddenly there broke out this. The weather got cold. The sky got dark. The winds began to blow. In the middle of the day, snow came down, hail, whatever. The poor chassid he didn't expect this, and he could barely see where he was going. Good, he had a thick coat and he had a thick this in case of emergencies. He put it on, but it was almost impossible to go. The roads then weren't exactly paved. So we saw a house on the side of the road. Big miracle. He tied up his horse. He went to the house. He saw there was a big mezuzah on the door. So he knocked on the door. An old lady answered. She said, "Oh, come in. What are you doing outside? It's such a terrible weather. Come in, come in. Just for a few minutes until the weather until the storm goes down." He goes into the house and he dries off a little bit. And she gives him a nice cup of tea. He's warms up by this, and he's looking outside out the window all the time to see whether the weather is changing. It didn't change. So he finished his tea. He said to her that he would like to pray the afternoon prayer. She says, "Sure." So he stands in the corner. Which door is east? He says, "That's the direction of east." So he davens, prays, finishes praying, and he takes 3 steps backwards. He thinks, he notices the east wall doesn't have a window on it. So he says, "I noticed that the wall here doesn't have a window on it." She says, "Oh yes, when we built the house, it was the winds blew from there." And he said, "Oh, I forgot something in my wagon. I want to go out just 1 second and get the wagon." He wanted to run away. So he goes to the door, and the door is locked. So she said, "Oh, is the door locked? Just 1 second, I'll get the key." I'm looking around, where's the key? And she's looking around. I can't, where did I put that key? Can't find the key. And he's considering maybe going out through one of the windows. Suddenly there's a knock on it. Here's the door opening. Oh, she says, "That must be my sons are coming." Sons open up the door and they say, "Oh, what is it? 3 huge, big guys, right?" Right. She said, "Look at the big fish I caught for you." Says the boys, "Whoa, thank you, Mom." Immediately they knock this guy down on the ground. They knock the Chassid down on the ground, and they tie him up. They frisk him. They take the money out of his pocket. They put it on the table, and they say, "Let's make a party. We got to make a party. It's such a big fish. It came to us. This is really amazing. You're such a wonderful mother." Yes, says this. And so they start to drink. One of them says, "Okay, let's kill him." So one of them says, "Hey, we can't do that. We have to wait for our father to come. We can't. He'll get angry if we kill him. Maybe he wants to kill him." And say, "Okay, we'll wait." So the father comes home. He says, "Oh, Dad, look what we got." The father's, "Oh, happy, wonderful, wonderful." "What do we have over here?" So the chassid says, "No, I'm a chassid. I'm a follower of the first Rebbe of Chabad. I don't have. Please let me go. I won't report you." They're all laughing. And the father says, "This is really good. We have to make a real big feast over here. We got a real nice fish." Right? And they put gagged over his mouth, and they tied him up really well, put him over in the corner. And they said, "Well, let's drink. And then after that, I'll do the killing. I respect you, boys. You have honor your father and mother. It's one of the 10 commandments. And I see that you're really observant, religious, God-fearing Jews. I'm so proud of you. We'll make a party. I'll kill him. So the father gets them all drunk, really, really drunk, until they're just really knocked out, totally, totally drunk, totally drunk. And the father's, come on, let's take another one. And he's saying to the other, come on, aren't you a man? You can't drink a whole bottle at one time, Evan. Until finally they're all out, unconscious. This is like in the middle of the night. The father wakes up, all of them are asleep. His wife is also asleep in the room. The father comes out and he says to the Chassid, it's there, quiet, cuts all of the ropes and does the thing, gives them the money back and says, go back to your Rebi and tell him to pray for me. My name is, he says his name, whatever, is Zelig, the son of Sora, whatever. Well, pray. Now get out of here quick. He opens up the door and he goes out. He gives him a coin. So he gives him a coin. He says, here's a coin for me. Here's a golden coin for me. Tell the Rebbe to give this to charity and to pray for me. And he writes his name on a little paper, Zelig ben Sora. So the Chassid, it's already 3 a.m, but the Chassid is, it stopped raining, it stopped this. So he takes the horse and the wagon, quietly leads it away. When they're far away enough, as he gets on the horse and the wagon, he rides back to Liazne, where the Rebbe is. Meanwhile, the sons wake up. They wake up in the morning, and they're all saying, wow, did we miss it, Dad? Did you kill him? Where is he? Where did the man go? Where did the man go? And his father said, he escaped. What? You let him go. You let him go. And they beat up their father, and they kicked him out of the house. They evicted him from the house. They didn't want to kill him, so they evicted him from the house. What's it going to be? He's going to go and report us. He's going to this. Sure enough, just minutes after they evicted their father from the house, 15 minutes, a half an hour, they were all planning themselves to make some sort of a getaway. The police knock on the door. They attack the police, take all of them and put them in jail. They were already wanted for all sorts of other crimes. They searched through the house. They found also other stolen goods and wallets of people that they had killed and things like that. They took them all to jail. The man, meanwhile, the Chassid came back to the Alter Rebbe, and he told him the whole story, that he went into the house and he forgot that the Rebbe told him not to go into a house that doesn't have a window on the eastern side. And the Rebbe said, by the time he got back to the Rebbe, it was morning. The Rebbe said, the whole night I didn't sleep because of you. I saw that you made the mistake, and the whole night I didn't sleep because of you. This Chassid, meanwhile, the years passed, and this Chassid got married, and he had children, and he became one of the secretaries of the Rebbe. It was his day to answer the door. When coming, not opened up the door, there was a poor beggar standing at the door, dirty, smelly, terrible garments, long hair. And he said, I want the charity, give me charity. So he went to the Alter Rebbe. Oh, I forgot to tell you one thing. When the Chassid came back, reverse a little bit. The Chassid came back, he told him the whole story. He gave the Rebbe the money, and he gave the Rebbe the golden coin. He said, take this coin. He said, this is charity from the father. The father let me go. Here's his name. Pray for him. And the Alter Rebbe said, good. Okay, now, 5 years later, knock on the door. This Chassid, the one who got saved, had already gotten married and was already there. He answered the door. A poor man was standing there. He wanted money. He went and said, wait right here. He went into the Alter Rebbe, the first Rebbe, the Alter Rebbe, and he said, there's a poor person at the door. He wants charity. The Alter Rebbe took the coin. When he received the coin, he put it, 5 years earlier, he stuck the coin into a crack in the wall. The wall was made of wood, crack in the wall. He reached behind him, took this coin that he had, that the poor man gave him, that the father gave him 5 years ago, and he said, give this to him. The poor man at the door, that was the father that released him. And the Alter Rebbe had prayed for him all this time, that even before he gave him the letter, he prayed for him. That's why the sons kicked him out of the house before they were all arrested. He gave him the coin, he said, take this coin, and he gave him, tell him that your sins have been forgiven you. I think that's what he said. And he gave it. So it ended up that the whole thing came around back to this person. So you can say the whole thing happened in order, first of all, there would be the story. And second of all, in order to save that man who had obviously done a lot of sins with his sons, but to save him because he saved this chassid, this Hashem, God had mercy on him, and he put in his mind to save the chassid so that the Alter Rebbe would eventually save him. Strange story, but true.